I did a lot of movie trailers and things like that. And then COVID happened. So with my experience in news and COVID, I'm like, okay, this is not adding up for me at all. And I really had to find out why. Yeah. So it just led me into this like massive rabbit hole of learning stuff I didn't know.
Yeah.
Or I didn't know.
Right.
And I thought I knew a lot of stuff.
Right.
But at the same time, it was so much information that I knew the average person wasn't going to want to know. And they don't have time.
No.
Yeah. On purpose.
And they're not ready for it. They can't handle it.
Well, there's a lot of reasons for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know how to describe this journey that I've been on. Trying to use what I knew how to do to help people learn, because I did so many graphics. I mean, I would have, that's what I did for news. I put the images together.
You did like lower thirds and all the stuff on the screen. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was a lot more than that, really, because the reporters I worked with, and this was in the day when, people were genuine and they had some integrity, and they weren't sold or bought out. None of us believed in that. Yeah. But when it started happening, it was like, what are you doing? You're lying. And then, I mean, one of the last news stations I worked for was a local Fox affiliate. And I did say that, you're lying. And I always said it to the wrong person. And so I would find myself in HR, sitting with an attorney, getting my ass chewed out in HR. Like, what is this now? So, I had a lot of reasons to distrust things. And long story short, I created a website for people to be able to teach and learn.
Nice.
And it was, when I did this, was about 5 years ago, I guess, maybe 4 years now, when, everybody was afraid to say anything.
Right.
They weren't going to talk about this stuff. And the people that were talking about it, they looked like whack jobs. Like
Yeah. That's why most people don't talk about it, because they don't want people to think they're a nut job or come after them, Yeah.
Right. Well, we don't look so nutty anymore, do we?
No.
I think
we're just ahead of our time.
I think I relate to you on so many levels. So I grew up on the East Coast outside of DC. My dad worked in the Pentagon and did computer systems for the military. So I grew up in a place where I, from a young age, kind of knew all the shenanigans that were going on, right? And then I actually majored in media production. I went to George Washington in DC. My last semester in college, I actually worked the news desk at Reuters News. And it was in the lead up to the Iraq War. And what did it for me was literally all the people around, because like a lot of freelance, camera crews and that kind of thing. And then the people on the desk, everyone was so pumped up to declare war because everyone's going to work and make a lot of money. And I was like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't want to go into this for a career. So I decided not to do that. So I saw the grossness and the ugly side, and like, let's twist everything because it's more profitable if we present this. And then, of course, the pharmaceutical industry is like 70% of the ad spend on the news network. So of course, everything's going to get twisted and tilted to make it look good for them, So yeah, right. I totally get everything you're talking about.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And I worked for AFN, so that was the Pentagon. Can you hold a second? I got a dog crying.
Oh yeah,
I need to let her out.
Of course.
I'll be right back.
Yes.
Got a dog crying.
We can relate to that too.
I knew you guys were gonna like her.
Yeah, yeah. Like, dude,
Yeah.
I totally know what you're saying.
No, and I'm always the one who has to be in the. She doesn't like me. I'm surprised she actually took her camera off. Just to be honest, she never takes her camera off.
Okay.
Oh.
And she always wants me to be the one in the front, and I'm totally comfortable with it. I don't care, but she's great.
Well, she's the behind the scenes production person, right? She
Yeah,
doesn't want to be
yeah.
on camera
So
talent. She
much.
wants to be the one doing the stuff. Yeah,
I know.
totally
She's
get that.
still got more talent, honestly, than I do. I'm just.
I did a lot of editing. Yeah. I did a lot of editing and stuff because same, I didn't want to be the on-camera person. I wanted to do production behind the scenes.
Yeah. Well, that's why we work all well as a team. So go ahead, Antoinette. We were just rapping while you were.
Yeah, go
out.
ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, I have that work ethic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I just got back from a reunion that, television news. I worked there in what, 90? Yeah, about 85, 87, through 90.
Mhm.
So they're all retired.
Yeah.
But, and I am too. So it was pretty funny. I mean, here we were at a reunion and the AI is running news.
Yeah,
So, you
right.
know, we had a lot to talk about. But the thing is that, you know, I told them about my coloring books and what was
Right.
behind it. And I had them, you know, really engaged because they knew the message behind it, because they knew they knew my history.
Yeah.
I mean, reporters would come in and they had no video because something happened. You know, they couldn't have it. But they had to go on air with the story.
Mhm.
So they're like, "Can you create something? You know, you have to create this for me." So what happened was I had to really listen to them,
Mhm.
and I had to get it right,
Mhm.
and I had to do it in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And
No pressure.
so
Deadlines.
yeah,
pressure.
so they knew that the idea behind my coloring books is to penetrate and get through the cognitive dissonance, because people don't want to let go of their belief systems.
No.
And also they don't want to admit that they don't know something.
Yeah.
And you know, the coloring books are set up to where it's exactly how I used to do graphics. There's a little bit of words on the left side, and on the right side is an image about it.
Mhm.
And it has helped me retain a lot of information that I don't even really need anymore. But I remember it. You know, I mean, I was one of those parents that's like, "No, you're not going to do that because I remember this story and this story and this story, and it leads to a bad place."
Mhm.
And that's just kind of what I'm talking about there is connecting the dots.
Yeah.
Which with social media and this like constant bombardment of information that everybody's really used to doing now,
Mhm.
it breaks that ability to connect the dots, because that's what it's designed to do.
Yeah.
You're just supposed to learn something real quick, but then, you know, I mean, a crazy thing would happen. I would put the whole show together because I was the offline. Everything went through me last, and then, you know, go on air after the news was done. And it was like horrendous sometimes. It was just like, I mean, chairs flying all over the place, people screaming. It was nuts putting the news show together. And then when it was done, none of us remembered anything. We didn't remember. And so knowing all that, I realized that that's what people are doing to themselves by scrolling.
Yeah. Well, and it's like no attention span at all.
Nope.
You can't go in deep on anything really. It's just, and the next thing, and the next thing, and 5 seconds, and the next thing. It's so superficial, which again on purpose.
It's really pretty useless information anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So I used that method with my coloring books. because there's a couple of reasons, which I've already told you about, but at the same time, when you color, you put your brain into an alpha state because it's basically you're teaching yourself to do rapid eye movement because you're coloring. And then all of a sudden, I mean, I've seen it happen. You get into this state of, well, it's like, you know how you don't really have an idea until you get in the shower?
Yes. That's why I hate when
That's
my
it.
kids interrupt me in the shower. I'm like, duh, I just got to my brain to soothe.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you put yourself into an alpha state.
Yeah.
And when you're constantly scrolling or something, you're in a beta state. So, you know, you're like, you're just going to retain it for the moment. It's a good dose of dopamine, but then that runs out.
Yeah.
And that's when you're like, you know, you don't feel good if you scroll too long. And because your dopamine is depleted. And that's why you want to reach for your phone, because you need a dopamine fix.
Addictive.
Okay, so
yeah,
that's my story.
Oh, yeah.
And my mission, my what do you want to call it? I guess it's a it's my mission is to get people coloring together in communities, in ecclesia. So, and I did that with some older people in Florida because I was staying at a retirement community.
Nice.
And it was just like, well, it was kind of like eye-opening, but at the same time, I was going to the pool every day and coloring, and pretty soon I had all these people around me wanting to color, and I got them coloring.
I love it.
Nice.
So they never talked to each other either.
Right.
And I'm like, now they were. So they were starting to just kind of like chill and color, and they started talking to each other, and you know, it just, there must be something to it. So that's what I was doing today. I'm just researching what that would be.
Nice.
I love that. I never, I've done a little bit now and then, but it is really soothing. It feels really good. But I never put together that it was rapid eye movement.
Yeah. And, you know, there's people I think I just read an article about the people that doodle while they're in meetings. And one of them's Elon Musk. And so they're able to, and I did.
Yeah.
I never
same.
wrote notes in a meeting.
Yeah, same.
It's like if I did, they didn't help me.
Yeah.
But I would remember the meeting by my doodle.
Right.
What is that, you know? And so that is how I think we can start teaching some of these, well, you know, information that is kind of in depth and nobody really wants to learn, but they need to know it. You know, I mean, I think I just came across something the other day, and it's up to the church, I think, to start taking responsibility for a lot of this, because the churches used to teach, you know, the truth and what happened in politics, what happened, how politics was weaponized, basically. So I think
don't you think the pastors have been deliberately dumbed down too? Like you said, just this same peer pressure of you guys in the media and news to conform, all about the money. We're going to get paid a lot of money. Just conform. Who cares if we're screwing everybody out there and telling big old fat lies and creating a world that sucks?
Yeah.
But we get a fat paycheck. So what does the word say about those people? So they get a big bowl of porridge, but they get nothing in the afterlife except, you know, the suffering heaped on them probably that they caused for other people because they were so freaking unconscious.
Yeah.
So like Antoinette knows, and there's a lot of us out there that have struggled. I've struggled with an anger problem over knowing all this.
Yeah.
And feeling absolutely powerless, because even though I've spent my whole life like you guys and Antoinette, getting yelled at, getting confronted, getting chastised, getting put down, mocked, made fun of. It's just like all the shame that Yeshua had to endure on the cross, right? We've all gone through it, not as bad as that, but you know what I'm saying. A lot of suffering and a lot of pain because we refuse to serve the lower self. It shows the higher self and shows humanity to love our brothers and sisters as ourselves instead of throw them under the bus
100%.
and destroy them.
Yep.
So like Alpha is right. Alpha has is from Hawaii, Antoine, just so you know. And I told him about how the Most High hooked us up with the Moai and that you know him and Maury. And for years, we've been talking about how to introduce his story because they won't accept it. Just like they're not going to accept that the whole Constitution has been completely, I mean, just the gun thing. Did you, I don't know if I sent you Alpha, I will, but I sent Antoinette the other day a thing about the gun thing they're trying to get through. Just all of this stuff is because my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Right.
So, like, maybe I'm going to be quiet for a minute and let Alpha explain to Antoinette about the little book because she has a mind if you share with her about the men's ministry. So the whole point of this reason, I guess, Antoinette, is all the work we put into TKC and even He Reigns years ago, and also just the personal journey we've been on together and the attacks. I was telling these guys earlier, it seems like the more you want to do for the body, to really enlighten and wake people up, the more pain and suffering you do go through, because you're going to get attacked from your own family members, from your really close friends, from everybody you love, because we reach a level, like you said, of where we hit the wall in our understanding. So I'm just so grateful to introduce you guys to her because Alpha has a way with this simple little book that he thought we could introduce through the Moai to build a ministry online. And I'm going to be quiet now and mute and let you just take it away and share with Antoinette. She'll visualize exactly what to do to help you do that. I guarantee it.
Aloha, aloha. So, I was born in Tahiti and I was adopted into a Hawaiian family on Oahu, North Shore. And gave me the full name of Clay Neal Pononui Hanohano Afaihere Garrigan, upper lowercase, which means a fierce, mortal champion that sanctifies righteousness and carries the love. And so I go by Afa, A-F-A, Afa, and it just means carrier. And that's what I've been doing, just living my good Christian name all the way. And then I started learning more about all caps name and all this whole thing. And for the last 5 years at least, I've 10,000 hours. I probably know enough to teach a little bit. And we just started the 508 and started the trust. And I know this is the pathway that I'm supposed to be going. So excited for that. Like we said about Hawaii and the king, there's this book called Tales of the Night Rainbow. Tales of the Night Rainbow. And it's an old kupuna that lived to like 120 years old. She was called as the historian of the family. So she had to memorize all the names of all the generations. And then later on, 50 years later, she would pick another guy or little girl, kid, Keiki, and that becomes a new historian. Now they have to memorize the whole lineage of everyone's name, where everyone came from, all the legends, all the songs. And that's how it was never written. It was all oral. And she saw the Tahitian tribes coming over and warring tribes, and saw the village, the people come to the ocean, chant to the ocean, make the waves bigger and bigger and bigger, and push those canoes away, and teach, and was taught that we are, there is no separation between us and an ocean. It's just extensions of ourselves. And so in all Bible that says, I am that I am. I am that I am. And from upstairs, downstairs, I am that I am. And so as a Lemurian, she would say, we are the people of Mu. We are the people of Lemuria, where we had this big continent before. That's our lineage. That's where we come from. And it was never called Menehune, the small people. It was called Manahune, the people of power. I was like, yeah, girl, come on, bring it, bring it. And so she would teach, it's a short book, 50 pages, 100 pages, The family only made like 100 copies. I got the book, which is rare, but I think you can get PDFs for free. And she just went on about what our historical background as a Hawaiian is, our Lemurian background, all the government systems, how we used to run things. Whenever you build a temple, you ask the stone if it wanted to participate with you. If the stone said yes, huge, like King Kamehameha stones, big as this whole room. But if the stone said yes, then you would lift the stone, but you would not lift the weight. Because the stone wanted to go with you. They said you used to swim with the sharks and fly with the birds. And literally, there's like pictures of sharks with like a horse saddle on it, and an old Hawaiian riding a hammerhead shark going out, just old school Lemurian Atlantean, because there was, it was a family aumakua. It was your family tree. It was your family protector. It was your brother, like Pocahontas and the beavers and the river and the stone. There was no separation. It was just one big ohana. It just looked different. But there was no such thing as compartmentalized legal idiots. There's no such thing as, old people, assisted homes over there, 18 years old, you go over there. Young families with kids, you guys go over there. Single moms over there. No, it's intergenerational that lasted 100,000 years for 100,000 acres. All indigenous Native American cultures and all indigenous cultures across are extremely similar. And it lasted so long because we were all connected. And so the idea was to teach people that it would be helpful to teach people that he's the new king or is the king and here's the lineage would be a lot easier to teach the people who they are. So if we started a small little book club and we just had PDFs and we sent that out to all of our friends to say, come join our little book club. Let's read Tales of the Night Rainbow. Let's read what the Hawaiian people really are. What is our ancestry? Where do we come from? And then before Christianity came through, she saw the Tahitian warring tribes. She saw the Christians come in and wipe these concepts away. Like the concept of sin was never a thing on Hawaii until Christianity came in. Slap your left hand, you can only write this way. Slap the Hawaiian language, you can only say it in English. Same thing like Native American stuff. But no one remembers where we came from or what our ancestry is. Or the mana, the power, authority that we have. And then when you go even further back, then you're a son and daughter of God. And if heirs, then joint heirs with Christ. If my dad is the King of Kings, Lord, then, that means we're all supposed to be kings. And we're all supposed to be queens, because that's supposed to be the King of Kings. So we're not supposed to be slaves. We're meant to be sovereign and stand. We're not meant to be legal fiction, we're meant to be. But, it's a topic that it's a big elephant. And, even after 5 years and watching everything and reading everything and praying everything and all my experiences that got me prepared for this, there's only one of me. And the easiest way for people is for me to be me, all of me, and say it the way it is. And have zero expectations that I'm supposed to change someone else's perspective or life. They can come in, get within proximity of my aura, accelerate their learning because you're inside of my aura. As soon as I call it micro missions, it's either they send someone to me, or I am sent on a micro mission to someone. But I've already told them I'm not in charge of no AA class anymore. I don't do no damn hardcore transmutation, hardcore forgiveness for the masses and just take everyone's shit anymore. It's like, no, I'm a hardcore. We're running out of time.
We got 10 minutes.
Oh, we got 10 minutes. Yeah. Okay. And so work really closely with all of our. When you're old school Hawaiian, you're always on both sides of the veil. That's normal. To know that your ancestors aren't gone, that they just transformed. They're just in the kitchen and you're just in the bedroom. And when you yell, they answer back. They're just in a different room. It doesn't mean they're gone, right? And so all these old thoughts of normal thinking, before cell phones, they said if we wanted someone home, we just thought them home. And then
That's true. Don't you guys do that now? Like when you think about people, they call you.
Yeah.
right.
Happens all the time. Me
Right.
and Antoinette, but she's on my mind. I know we're
Right.
gonna talk in
Yeah.
the days, like
Right. Or
soon.
dreams. I don't know how many dreams that I have, and I know I have to call them because whenever a dream comes inside of my head, I'm like, oh, and then I call them, or like a dream will happen of someone that I've never talked to forever, and then my brother will call me the next day and say that that friend just passed away last night, right? So, but
Yeah,
that's normal.
I saw the big people on the Big Island
Oh yeah.
at night.
Oh
It
yeah.
was YPO at night.
Oh okay.
I went and stood on the edge,
Uh-huh.
and they came out of the woods,
Oh wow.
and it scared me.
Yeah.
They came out as orbs,
Oh nice. Wow.
and I felt them there. I mean, I'm absolutely certain.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't want to say anything because I'm like, okay, what just happened?
Yeah.
And I ran back inside, but I know what you're talking about.
Right.
And I've worked with the Aborigine.
Yeah. Right.
They're some of the oldest storytellers.
Right.
And they told me similar stories.
Yeah.
Because the animals did talk to them.
Yeah.
And my son's father is Lakota.
Oh,
And
okay.
so
Yeah.
I heard a lot of those stories.
All the same.
And
Yeah.
it is. And so there is there's a bridge that we can talk about with regard to the Bible, because if you look at the Bible and you get past the problems that people have with it, you see the Bible in a different way.
No, absolutely. I grew up LDS Mormon. I was adopted from Tahiti into a Hawaiian LDS Oahu, North Shore, Brigham Young
Oh, boy.
Polynesian
There's a reason
Culture
for
Center
that.
Temple, right? So I grew up LDS in an adopted family, and which is cool. And then had full ride scholarship to University of Utah, Salt Lake City, heart of Mormonism. I was easily I'm easily right now the next bishop, easily right now the next stake president. I could go back to Mormon and be this mission president and the future temple president. I'm probably the next 70 if I went back to church right now. But
Yeah.
I went on a mission for 2 years. So I've talked to every pastor, preacher, teacher of every faith. I've read the Bible 1,000,000 times over. Whatever. So I have enough of a Christian background prepared for this. Another reason is because Mormonism is actually a really, really good retention system. Amazing. For 200 years old,
They mastered that.
they
didn't
mastered
they?
it. And that's the stuff that needs to be mastered in metaphysical, indigenous, all of those systems. And so taking
Well, it's a whole different learning method, really, because you're learning through spirituality.
Right.
You're learning by actually looking at the stars, by actually being outside, by, I mean, if you spend enough time with some of the indigenous plants, they're going to start talking to you.
right. Absolutely. And when you're in Mount Shasta, that's a normal.
And
That's
why
a
is
Tuesday.
that so? Oh, yeah, Mount
Yeah,
Shasta.
that's a just.
And why is that so
That's
hard
where
to
they
believe?
live, Antoinette. They live in Mount Shasta, and they want to do tiny house retreats there. I'm like, oh, I got to get Antoinette on the phone.
Yeah.
Because basically everything they're doing in Mount Shasta is what we've been trying to do here in Hawaii for years. We were supposed to get our mango farm, and then that fell through, and they sold it. So somebody said to me the other day, the farm was too small. The only reason you lost it is you're going to get a bigger one. So, but the point is I got to stay in that high vibe because we've gone through all the challenges, right? You guys have certainly gone through the challenges, but Alpha, the more I listen to you, the more I'm like, wow, it wasn't just my spirit. You're confirming everything in my spirit that I felt like you should lead this. Antoinette, I just kept feeling like since I met him, he would be a perfect in between with the Moyi to reach the body of people, especially the men, of healing men and healing all of remembrance of what is a divine, like you said, that can dance with dolphins and ride sharks and love their wives and not feel so lost in this world and angry at the women and the women angry at the men, because I don't want to be angry at anybody anymore.
Yeah.
So Antoinette has been so amazing at taking visionary stuff in my head and being able to, like she said, like network news, make it small kind that the average person who's not able to get any of what we're talking about maybe yet.
Right. Bite sizes.
So they can start bite-sized on the journey with this.
Poo-poo platters. Yeah. Appetizers. The short form content. Yeah. And so we've done a lot here in Mount Shasta. We helped the city push through the tiny house ordinance, and so we've been to every planning and every city council for the year and a half, every last one of them. We have everybody's cell phones. We are really, really active in the city, and so now we're pushing it to other cities and strengthening the ordinance. And so everybody that's ever come to Mount Shasta and said we want a community where all of our friends or family or intergenerational living happened, and some community center or event center in the middle, it's now a reality. We made history. And so in Mount Shasta, not even the rest of the county, just the city of Mount Shasta, you can have up to 9 tiny houses on one parcel. There's specific zoning and stuff, but now it's a reality. Okay, now we can do we have the manufacturers down south in Redding that we have a relationship with, that they produce about 10 tiny houses a month, something like that. And we got every cell phone from this city, that city, Dunsmuir, city councils, city mayors, city managers. So we are good at etherical, indigenous, fifth dimensional unicorns and metaphysicians of the I am Saint Germains, of I am that I am, of Christianity, and American State National is the spiritual pathway of peace flag, then war flag. And brick and mortar, we've done businesses before, multiple LLC stuff. We've made a lot of money. We've divorced twice, we've gone through it all.
Goodness.
So, yeah.
He's 2 divorces. I just 1 divorce.
1 divorce. 2 divorces on top of me. A lot of cakey. And so we were in the pickleball courts of the Mount Shasta Resorts uppities. And we're at the headwaters chanting in alpha state, just the same thing as showering with color, is me going to the headwaters and chanting and closing my eyes is the exact same state of getting downloads. And as I know that as long as I keep chanting at the headwaters of Mount Shasta, then no matter what leadership decisions we make from now until I'm just turning 40 next month, and baby girl she's having her birthday tomorrow on Monday. And so
happy birthday!
Thank you.
So we're gonna be around.
Happy day of nativity.
Yeah, a lot of times around the earth.
Yeah, we'll start celebrating your nativity days. We don't do birthdays
nativity
anymore. Nativity days.
Yeah, we like that. So we're gonna be around 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years from now, and we're gonna anchor a golden age physical, starting right this chakra point as a flagship of making aquarium in the Aquarius, making freedom and sovereignty of what zero property taxes and land trusts and land patents and all that stuff that we're learning now implemented. We got less than 1 minute
It's
on
gonna
top
cut
of this
us
thing.
off. We're on free Zoom.
We're on free Zoom
Well,
again.
do you guys want? We need to connect. If you want to go to my website and just sign up, subscribe. At least I'll have that, and then I'll do that with you.
Perfect.
But let me know.
Do you want to set another time, or do you want to talk to them more and just? Do you guys have time, or do you need to take a break? We've been on this is our 3rd time.
Yeah. Let me just give you it's called Antoinette'sPalette.com.
Okay.
So my name, ANTOINETTES, palette, PALETTE.com.
Perfect.
So subscribe there, and then I'll do the same with you, and then maybe we can schedule a time and compare stuff online.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thumbs up.